Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Toriko Sekai wo. Yeah, that's right. Toriko chapter 241 review. Yo, listen, this week's chapter Toriko. Whoa, shocker. Shockers. First of all, obviously, there's something very important to note in the chapter of Toriko. All right? Actually, there's a lot of things important to know. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brief summary of the entire chapter, and then we're going to dive right into the actual summary. The actual review. So, the chapter starts off, and it's Joa on his floating disc. And then he says something. Well, first of all, he says the thing that he said last week's chapter. And then he says, life energy is savoriness, and flavor is thought. He does a skill called tasting scope, and it appears as if he's analyzed all the humans within the cooking stadium area. Then he notifies himself, because he's talking to himself, and Teppei in a way. And he says that there are good people, there are a lot of strong people here with good savoriness. However, the flavor is not good. Should I change that? Just like I did you, Teppei. And remember, he says that flavor is thoughts. All of a sudden, the black disc, like one of the ends, branches off from the disc. And apparently, it's a beast. It's a gourmet world status creature called Tokage. A capture level of 295. Granted, not 4 beast level, but still, it's like, whoa, like really, 295. And the thing that's really intriguing about the capture levels that are above 100 is that when we had Toriko, and he used that thing that Rin gave him, the tongs that belong to this one lizard that can measure the direct cellular energy of creatures of the gourmet world. The thing about it is that was the exact capture level of just the cellular energy. Not the environment, not the conditions needed to capture the creature, but more so it was just the direct cellular energy of that creature, which had a capture level of over 200, of over 100 with those tongs. However, this creature, this Tokage, it doesn't seem as powerful as other creatures like Gao or Mount Turtle or Invade Death, or the 4 beasts itself, obviously, because the 4 beasts at one point had a capture level above 450. But the thing about it is that when we see Joa and Teppei and they are riding on the head of this Tokage, this shadow, this phantom beast creature, it goes to the ground and then it splashes like ink. And then it disappears. So, obviously, the creature may not be as strong physically as Gao or as Mount Turtle. But because it can literally disappear like a blotch of ink and just disappear into the ground, hence a phantom beast, almost like an actual shadow, then that's probably a very, very, very hard creature to capture. So, in this case, when it comes to the capture level of this particular creature, I'll have to base it on also its unique attribute, which is to disappear like a shadow, or like disappear to the ground like an ink stain, or just evaporate. That kind of nature. That's the way it appears to be, because again, it splashed onto the ground like ink, and then it disappeared. So, in this case, I believe that when Mitsutoshi is notifying us of the capture level of this creature, it's not just because of its cellular energy, but also because of the conditions that may be required because of its unique ability to disappear like a shadow. Like disappear at the speed of darkness, just gone. But that's the way it appears to be. But that's my own inference on it. So getting back to the actual summary, alright? Because that was like a little review section of that. Then, what ends up happening is that they go in front of these Seiya. Because remember, in the stadium, there's also not only chefs, but also Bushukia and Seiya and so on and so forth. All of a sudden, the Seiya, he asks Joa, he asks Teppei, like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And then Zebra, he's like, I heard what they said. He attacks with his voice missile. Like, off the gate, he just attacks, voice missile. No questions, fucking shit, voice missile. And then Teppei, he counters. And this surprised the fuck out of me. Teppei counters with a sound-absorbing tree and earthquake-absorbing roots. It actually nerfs the voice missile. And then the roots go underneath Zebra, and they incapacitate Zebra by wrapping around his entire body and then covering his mouth. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, no. Did Teppei just subdue Zebra? Of the 4 Heavenly Kings? No. No. You know, see, it appears right now that he has subdued Zebra. However, he got cocky. You know he got cocky. He got cocky. Zebra's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, fuck that shit. Beat punch shit down. It's gonna be over. Well, probably not that quick, but still. That's the way I think it's gonna play out in that same line of reasoning, where Zebra's gonna break out. He's gonna say, fuck this shit. We're gonna go ham, cause I'm fucking Zebra. Now, what ends up happening is that as that occurs, some of the ninja. Oh no, we go over to where the Neo guys are. And apparently, Neo, they know that Joe is here, and they're talking about why is he here. All of a sudden, the door opens, we see a foot. And then the guy says, well, isn't it obvious? Then we see who the guys are. G7. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my god, G7 too? Like, Neo has members that are infiltrated everywhere. In the Bushuki Ukai, in high caliber chefs, probably in the Seiya, G7, and maybe even in the Gourmet Casino, Gourmet Mafia. They have dudes everywhere, like literally. The Zero Bio type, like come on, like who are these people? Like what they? And they're all working for like, I don't think they're all working for Joa, but it appears that the leaders are like it was the kingdom where I think the Gourmet Mafia resided in, like that. The kingdom that was not a part of the IGO. I forgot what it was called exactly. Like we saw them during the Gourmet. I forgot. Okay, if you guys remember what the kingdom was called, please put it in the comment section down below, because it was the kingdom wherein which it was during the same arc of the Gourmet Casino. So I'm trying to remember what that kingdom was, but I remember Match helped him out when it came to the narcotic foods, and he was helping people there. But I think it's that king and Joa. I believe that those two are like the head guys, like the front runners of Neo. That's the way it appears to be. But you know, just the fact that they have G7, just G7 dudes, 3 of them. But still, G7. I'm like, oh my god, oh, fuck! Like they have people everywhere. They have people everywhere. So, and then we have Ume, you know, Komatsu's friend. He's standing there. He's like, G7, no. And then I'm like, no. Oh yeah, dude. Yo, Ume's fucked. Ume is fucked. He wants to get out, obviously. I mean, he didn't know what the hell was going on. Then he got caught. But it's like fuck. Like he has to bail at some point. He has to jump ship. He has to get the fuck out. Oh man, I feel sorry for him, man. I really do. But after that, we cut over. This right here is right. Well, let me talk about it later. Basically, all of a sudden, these 2 ninjas come out. Joa takes out his knife. He cuts them, and then all of a sudden they turn like as if like they support Joa now. And then we have Setsuno. She yells like Joa, and she's like, yo. The moment she had that face, I'm like, Setsuno's pissed. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die. And what ends up happening is that basically we have Joa talking to Setsuno as if like, yeah, like you're one of the only people remaining in the human world that actually knows who I am. And then she informs everyone that, where'd you get that knife? That knife is not yours. That's the legendary knife Cinderella that belonged to the god of chefs, Froze-sama. And that's where chapter ends. And then she demands that he reveal his identity, right? I mean, basically, just take off the hoodie, right? You're not a goddamn Sith Lord. Take off the goddamn hoodie. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? So that's where chapter ends off. Now, okay, so first of all, let me backtrack. Let me backpedal real quick. When Joa attacked the Nitro, he said that they must have sensed my presence and they must have seen me as a threat. Okay? The Noah attack him. I mean, the Nitro attack him. Attack Joa. Then he cuts them with this Cinderella knife. And remember how he said that flavor is thought. And when he cuts them with this knife, apparently he is able to change their thought process into coinciding more with his own. And thus they now serve him. He's able to literally mindfuck them with his knife, with his Cinderella blade. And by doing so, change their flavor, change their thought process. That's fucking scary. With one knife cut, or with a few knife cuts, he's able to actually change the thought process of those he cuts. The fuck? That's kind of hacks. But what's also very important is that he says that these are red Nitro. And when he said that, I took a great look at what these Nitro are. And what I realized was that these Nitro have wings. Now, we've seen a bunch of Nitro in the series. We've seen the one at the Gourmet Pyramid. It didn't have wings. We saw one at the what's it called? The air garden, I believe it's called. Like, it was the garden where there was that like the vegetable where you had it like bite it at the same time in like two locations. I forgot what it's called exactly. The ozone herb, I think it was called. Like that herb. Like, we saw one there, up there. It didn't have wings, but these ones have wings. So what's very important is that Joa is actually giving a category of Nitro where there are specific types of Nitro, where there are specific types of humans. Like, like, for example, I'm black, there's Asians, there's whites, there's Latinos, so on and so forth. There's different races of human beings. There are different races of Nitro. That's the way it appears to be. And these are red Nitro. Oh, okay, alright, so that's very intriguing. That's very interesting. Now, and also remember, like, remember how, like, there's this hint that the Nitro came from other planets, right? I mean, you know what? At some point, I need to do, like, a long, in-depth discussion video about the Nitro, because the Nitro, they are very important. They're very important. Now, when it comes to Joe himself, what's scary about him is the fact that he treats humans like ingredients. And according to the book that Komatsu had, and the legend of the Nitro, it appears that the Nitro may have also been able to, like, cook humans and eat humans. And it's like, what the fuck? So, like, I'm just saying that it appears that Joa has, like, a similar mindset to, like, the Nitro, like, the ancient Nitro, the ones that may have created the Gourmet Pyramid. Well, it's not even a pyramid, it's like a fucking underground city, like a huge-ass city. So, hey, if he's treating humans like they're, like humans are ingredients, like food, then that's a scary thought process. And the fact that he's able to actually change a human's thought process with a knife swing, he's a threat. He's able to subdue a creature that has a cap level of 295. He's a threat. He's a threat. He has Froze-sama's knife. He's a threat. He's a fucking threat. He appears to be a leader of Neo. He's a threat. This guy's a threat on every level. He's a threat on every goddamn level. Joa. So, like, this chapter is highlighted strictly around Joa. And hopefully he takes off the Sith Lord hoodie and we see who the fuck he is, alright? Because at least see his face. Because when all we see is his eyes and it's like fucking like they're all glowing and shit. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, that's all we see. Hoodie. You know, he's fucking hoodie. It's like, bro, who are you? Stop fucking us in the ass. Who are you? Seriously. So, and I mean, we don't know how. I don't know if Teppei can actually be reverted back to his, you know, old self. I think he can. I think he can. You know, just I think all he needs is a good old beat. That's all he needs. Just a good old fashioned beat punch, and he's ready. He's like, oh shit, yo, Zebra, yeah, what's up, man? That's all he fucking needs. But aside from that, again, the chapter is highlighted strictly around Joa. His threat level. I mean, well, his abilities. Well, not his abilities, but his skill set and how he's able to easily subdue Nitro, to serve him, to change one's thoughts process, to know that he has a very eerie mindset. I mean, hey, remember that part at the end of the 4 Beast arc when Teppei went up against Joa and then he woke up in that one lady's house and then he had a dream of his head being a fucking fruit basket? Holy shit! This guy is freaking... Yo. Keep an eye for Joa, because this guy... Oh, man. Oh, man. But, yo, Naki Master Jiro's coming. They got support on the way. So, hopefully he gets there in time, because Joa right now... Setsuno's trying to see... When it came to Zaza's, Karibo, Grimme, Homer, Setsuno, she can take him on. But freaking goddamn Joa now... I don't think so. It's too much for her. It's too much. It's too much. Now, and please remember, Froze is the combo of the Grimme God Acacia, right? She was the only person to be able to actually cook the legendary ingredients that Acacia had. Earth, Adam, God, air, you know, so on and so forth. So, and she's a legend. Apparently, she died. She pulled like a mock Whitebeard, and she died in front of the cutting board. Like, literally, when she was old. When she was, I mean, it's kind of weird because, like, Setsuno is as old as Naki Master Jiro. But it's like, she died of old age. I mean, what you know, Acacia is older. Like, much older. So, you know, I mean, we don't know the lifespan of Toga characters. And we don't know how old Acacia or Froze were when they died. But she died of old age. At least that's what the legend says. It may have been different now because Joa has her fucking knife. He may have killed her. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Food for thought, literally. So, but the chapter overall, I thought it was a very good chapter. I'll give it a good plus. And I'll leave it at that. So, King Lightning, be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And please, once again, put down in the description below the name of the kingdom, because I forgot what the kingdom was called. The one that, again, was basically Grimme Casino arc. At the end of the arc, they go to a kingdom, and then Joa is supposed to be a chef of that kingdom, but I forgot what it's called exactly. So put it in the comment section down below. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.